Hello everybody, this is Baka Zombie and welcome back to another Pokemon TCG Live video. Today we're going to be looking at a deck that makes people concede. It's annoying to face, not unbeatable, but very annoying. And it's kind of an upgrade to things we've seen in the past that utilize Pokemon like Ogerpon, Cornerstone, and Mimikyu, and Klefki, and even Iron Thorns. This is a Flygon EX deck. Now I thought about doing Flygon with Milotic, because the new Milotic card has a really cool ability, but I think I'm going to try to do Milotic as its own thing. I don't know how effective it'll be by itself in a deck. Like, it'll have supported Pokemon with it, obviously. I think it's good with Flygon, but I wanted to run this version of Flygon and see if I can do something else with Milotic. So, looking at Flygon EX, 310 HP Terra Pokemon, very bulky boy, just short of like Dragapult, who has 320. But for a single fighting energy, its first attack, Reversing Storm, does 130 damage, and you may switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. We're not going to worry about a second attack, Sonic Peridot, Peridot, I don't know how to say that word. I assume it's Peridot. It might not be. Because that attack just does 100 damage to each of your opponent's EX Pokemon, which is just tickling them. It's not worth 3 energies to do that. There's probably a world where it works like once in a while, but in general, it's just not worth it. So we're only focusing on the Reversing Storm, 130 damage. Not a ton of damage as well, but it's the switching that's really going to, what we're really going to lean into here. So we have our Flygons. We also, for on the bench, for the things for Flygon to switch into, as mentioned, we have Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX with his ability Cornerstone Stance. Prevent all damage from attacks done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon that have any ability. So this is just a way to wall things that rely on abilities, things like Gardevoir EX, things like Charizard EX, the Teal Mask Ogerpon. Pokemon like that cannot do damage to the Cornerstone Ogerpon EX. It also has the attack Demolish, which only does 140 for 3 energy. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance or by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So this is a secondary attacker, not necessarily one you want to lean into, but it is there. For other things we have switched into, we also have Mimikyu with the ability Safeguard. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon EX and Pokemon V. So Mimikyu is just there to wall things, get it in there after hitting with Flygon, and then we have multiple ways to swap the Mimikyu out so we can bring Flygon back in and continue doing the rotation that way. We also have Klefki, whose ability Mischievous Lock. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, basic Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponents, have no abilities except for Mischievous Lock. So this is a card that's used a lot in Gardevoir EX, or Gardevoir EX decks. I mean, it is Gardevoir EX, but it just sounded weird to say. In Gardevoir decks, Klefki is good, especially opening game where your opponent is expecting to be able to play cards to accelerate their gameplay early on. Klefki can slow those down. We're also playing Iron Thorns EX in the same vein as Klefki with Iron Thorns EX initialization. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, Pokemon with a rule box in play, both yours and your opponents have no abilities except for future Pokemon. So this will stop things like Pidgeot. It'll stop Charizard EX. The things that can't attack Ogerpon that are EXs, V Pokemon, or Radiant Pokemon like Radiant Greninja, can't use their abilities. Pheasantipity EX is another one of those, as long as Iron Thorns is in the active. And again, we have ways to switch Iron Thorns out. It does have a huge retreat cost, but we have ways to take care of that. These decks will also run things like Gastrodon. Let's actually, I'm gonna pull up. I'll show you guys Gastrodon. No, I don't wanna. Sorry, I see the deck itself. You guys see. Not the deck. Well, you do see the deck, but it's a different format. Anyway, is this the right one? Yes. So there is Gastrodon, which you could also run in this deck. I just didn't really have room for it. And with its ability Sticky Bind, as long as this Pokemon is on your bench Pokemon, or bench stage 2 Pokemon, both yours and your opponents, have no abilities. So that's, again, it's a blocking Pidgeot, it's a blocking Charizard kind of Pokemon. So Gastrodon's another option there. We just didn't end up putting it in this deck. we do have the two of Bibarel, Industrial Synthesizers, to help us with draw, and the little zesty zing that I added to this deck, the little Baka Zombie special. I don't know how good it's going to be, but it is something I noticed when I faced against this deck, because I played a lot of Dragapult, is that they don't really have a way to stop Dragapult, and if you... Dragapults can use boss orders, like pull the Mimikyu out of the active spot to be able to attack us on the bench. It gets kind of rough. So, I ended up adding a 1/1 of Rabsca, because it is only used against Dragapult, essentially, with its ability Spherical Shield to prevent all damage from and effects of Pokemon, or I can't read tonight, sorry. Prevent all damage from and effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to your bench Pokemon. So this blocks Dragapult's 60 damage counters that it places on the bench. It would also stop, like, Sableye, or it does not stop Dusknoir. Yes, because it has to be from an attack. So it doesn't stop Dusknoir's ability, unfortunately. But if you have something like Iron Thorns in the active spot, that would stop Dusknoir. Actually, no, I'm a liar. We don't stop Dusknoir. So Gastrodon would be good for Dusknoir, but we don't have that. So that's just something we're going to have to work around. But that's the Pokemon that we have in this set, this deck. If we look to trainer cards, our A-Spec is going to be Unfair Stamp. This is actually an A-Spec I haven't used yet on the channel. I actually just pulled an Unfair Stamp recently, so maybe I'll start using it more in decks in general. But you may use this. You can use this card only if you... Wow, I am sorry, guys. I cannot read tonight. You can use this card only if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck, then you draw 5 cards, and your opponent draws 2 cards. So it's like... It's an Iono, but it's set amounts. Like, you can... Your opponent won't ever get a big hand off an Unfair Stamp. So this is kind of a disruption. We have a lot of disruption cards for this deck to be able to lock them into place, not be able to attack, and then subsequently... I just used the word... I don't know where my brain is tonight. To... cause chaos in their hand by taking away cards that they need. So we have the Unfair Stamp. Another card that I haven't played a lot of, but it does see some play, is Judge. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck and then draws 4 cards. So again, it's just a mid-Iono for both players. Speaking of mid-Ionos, I do also run one Lacey, because I think Lacey's a pretty decent card, pretty decent supporter. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 4 cards. If your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining, draw 8 cards instead. So you can get a really big hit off of a Lacey. So that is there. We also are playing Iono, of course. Boss orders. Arvin. Any other important trainer cards? Otherwise, I think it's the pretty typical cast. We do run one Future Booster Energy Capsule. This is for Iron Thorns. It allows Iron Thorns to have a free retreat cost, so that you can bring it into the active spot and then bring it back out, bring Flygon in, attack, Flygon out, that whole spiel. We also do run one Switch. I wouldn't mind having more, but this deck is already kind of chock full of things, so it's hard to find room for an additional Switch. We have 2 Rescue Boards, which these are a little bit more consistent. Put these on the Mimikyu or the Klefki to get those out of the active spot consistently. We're also running a Technical Machine Devolution and a Technical Machine Evolution for, again, that kind of control. If your opponent's got a lot of evolutions, especially if they played a lot of their rare candies already, you can use your Technical Machine Devolution, bring them all back down to their basic forms, and then your opponent has a harder time getting them back. And then the Evolution, early game, try to get Flygons. We do only run one Vibrava in here. But we do also have the Bibarels and the Rellor into Rabsca. So the way I play, I just don't find myself in positions to use technical machines often. Maybe this deck will change that idea for me. But like I just never have really gotten the hold of the play style of them, right? But that might just be the decks I'm running. Like, I know I know Technical Machine De-Evolution is used in Dragapult a lot, but most of the time I find myself just in a position where I'm going to get KOs, so it's not worth the evolving tangent. Anyway, we do have one Defiance Band for a little extra punch to our Flygons if our opponent is taking a bunch of prize cards. But as far as our energies go, 4 fighting energy, 2 electric, and 1 double turbo energy. The Flygon only needs 1 fighting energy, but if you want to power up like your Iron Thorns, we have the electric energies and the double turbo energy, and the double turbo energy also helps you power up your Cornerstone Ogerpon. So this is the deck. If you want to try this deck out for yourself, the deck list will be in the description below. Again, you could put Gastrodons in here if you like. We're just not running Gastrodons today. Maybe we'll do that with Milotic. But we're going to get some games here, show off how this deck runs, and let's get into it. We get to choose a coin toss. We always choose tails. We always lose. With this deck, you're more than likely going to go first. Again, evolution decks typically just kind of go first. Do you want to go first? Yes, I do. But the nice thing about this deck is if you go second, you just have to Arven for the evolution technical machine, and that usually works out. So we can put Klefki in our active spot to slow down some abilities, and I'm going first, so I might as well just drop Trapinch here. Sometimes I don't put bench Pokemon down, because mentally I'm like, oh, I'm psyching them out by thinking I only have the 1 Pokemon. Wow, they start with Ursaluna. That's not great for them, but it does keep what their deck is in the dark. This is a moment where I'd like to have Rotom, but Rotom actually gets stopped by Klefki, so that's kind of why you don't want to run a Rotom in this deck. But I can go and grab... Do I want to grab Ogerpon or Mimikyu here? Or Rellor? I don't think it's going to be a Dragapult, so I think we just kind of leave Rellor alone. I'm going to grab Mimikyu just because it is a little baby basic. I could have went and grabbed another Trapinch in case mine gets bossed up for some reason, but I think my opponent has more to deal with than worrying if to pull up a Trapinch or not, because I have only Blood Moon or Ursaluna. So we're just going to end the turn. I would love to see a Rare Candy or a Flygon next turn, so then Arven can grab the other one. Giratina, so this is Lost Box, I assume, with a water energy attached. Colress Experiment. I mean, they're going for the Shred buildup, or other Giratina's attack, but the water energy is kind of a dagger, right? So they're going to bring in Comfey. I assume you got switch cards. Yep, there you go. Get Ursaluna out of the active spot. Giratina comes in. Because, yeah, they can't use Comfey because Klefki actually stops Comfey. So they're just going to go for the Abyssal Seek. Oh, I saw a Psychic Energy and a Spiritomb. Okay. Yeah, they don't want to keep Spiritomb because I probably don't have any V Pokemon anyway. Okay. We don't get away to get Flygon right now. I don't think Giratina's going to be able to attack. Well, it's going to be close because they might be able to get a Mirage Gate going. I'm just going to Judge, though. I'll just Judge because they have a big hand. Wow. We got both. Why does this game hate me, dude? I had a really good game testing before we started the video, and now it's giving me 2 Bibarels off of a Judge. That's so stinky. I guess I'll just end the turn. I guess the best thing would have been, well, like, the best thing, quote-unquote, because we don't know how the Judge was going to go. We could have Arven for Technical Machine Evolution and Earthen Vessel, and then just use that with Klefki to evolve Trapinch. But, you know, they are Abyss Seeking again. Cards to get rid of that time. A Buddy-Buddy and a Nest Ball. So they're 1 away from being able to Mirage Gate. Pull a switch, dude. This is going bad. I'm gonna Arven. I've got to go for it here, right? I go for the Technical Machine Evolution and Earthen Vessel. We're going to Earthen Vessel to get rid of one of our Bibarels to grab. I'm going to grab a Fighting and an Electric. Play the Lightning. Attach the Technical Machine Evolution. And then I will Evolution. I thought about maybe I should have brought in Mimikyu. because this Giratina is close to being able to attack. But we're just going to evolve into Flygon. And then, or evolve into Vibrava, and then hope we get something next turn. I don't know why this game just hates me, apparently. Huh. Buddy-Buddy. To get Manaphy. That's fine, because I don't have anything that attacks your bench. They're going to Abyss Seeking again. I would love a Judge here or an Iono, because they've been getting a lot of cards off of Abyss Seeking. We're actually incredibly lucky that our opponent just doesn't have anything to do right now. What did they get rid of there? Another water energy and grass energy. Oh my god. Ugh, this is so bad. I'm gonna make them waste resources. Get up here, Ursaluna, you idiot. I'll attach to Vibrava. And then I'm gonna joust you. Hiya! What? Discard all top one, two. Okay. This isn't the best here. Jet Energy is gonna bring in the Sableye. Oh, I guess you get the retreat from the Sableye now. But yeah, now they have to. They're going to Chorus Experiment. They're looking for the Mirage Gate to try and get the 2 energies for Lost Impact. But they have a ton of energies in the Lost Zone already, too. So at this point, we're just kind of try to... There's the Mirage Gate. They're going to take out the Klefki, but then I can bring in the Mimikyu, right? Oh, they attach to the Sableye. Okay, so the Sableye is attacking here, and it can. That's bad. That's so terrible. Okay, I think we just lose now, unfortunately. Ow! I just touched something on my head that really hurt. I don't know what that was. But yeah, because if Vibrava's down, and I have no way to stop the Sableye. I mean, we'll see what our next card is, but I think we just have to concede, unfortunately, and that really blows, because we just kind of got screwed on draw. Yeah, they got set up really well with the Abyss Seeking and stuff. And then I pull Lost Vacuum. Yeah, that's a concede. Unfortunate loss right away, but we're going to go again. See if we can actually draw into good cards this time. And get a little bit better of a go there. We always do sales, we always lose. I like how we set out to make our opponent concede in the first game, and then we end up conceding. Yeah, let's go first. Let us see what we do here. Okay, we got Iron Thorns and Mimikyu. I'm gonna put down the Iron Thorns because we do have Arven. So we can go for our future booster energy capsule. So we have the free retreat. I can also attach this turn if I want to get real cheeky. Or yeah, I can attach this turn. This isn't pocket. We can play energies turn 1. Alright, they're gonna have Dreepy, so getting Rellor will be nice. I'm gonna put down Mimikyu. And God, does it suck to, again, not have what we need. I'll attach the energy, because I think next turn we're gonna go for the evolution. Yeah, because next turn I can Arven for Buddy-Buddy, get Rellor and Trapinch, and then Technical Machine Evolution to Iron Thorns and evolve both of them. So that's the plan. Will it work? We'll find out. We shall find out. Okay, Buddy-Buddy Poffin. They won't be able to evolve Dreepy here. So, as long as they don't play Iono, we should be able to get off what we want to do. Pidgey is going to be on the bench. Iron Thorns does stop the Pidgeotto. But Iron Thorns also doesn't have a ton of HP, so Dragapult kind of snacks on it. Fire Energy on the bench, Dreepy. Arven. So no Iono. So we're fine on that front. Should be able to get off our move. Show us your moves. Next turn. Rare Candy and Sparkling Crystal, of course, of course. That's for next turn. God, now I want Iono. But I kind of have to make sure I have my ducks in a row. Unfortunately. Do grab an Ultra Ball. Is Ultra Ball helpful here? I think I don't have enough cards to discard. So let's Arven for Buddy-Buddy Poffin. And then Future Booster Energy Capsule. Then we will play Buddy-Buddy for... As much as I'd like to get Bidoof, I want Rellor. So that poor little Mimikyu can't get hurt on the bench. Then we can attach a Fighting Energy to Trapinch. And we can Technical Machine Evolution onto Iron Thorns. And then we can go Evolution. Rellor and Trapinch. We have the Vibrava for the Trapinch. And the Rabsca for the Rellor. So now my opponent, if they want to be able to attack my bench, has to waste resources pulling out the Rabsca. And it still works when it's in the active, so even on the turn they are knocking it out, they won't be able to attack my bench. Or do damage to my bench. Here's the Rare Candy into the Dragapult. There's no Rare Candy in the Pidgeot is nice, but the Pidgeot wouldn't be able to use its ability this turn anyway. This Dragapult's going to get to attack the Iron Thorns, so I need to get Iron Thorns out of the active next turn. So I can attach the Future Booster Energy there and retreat into Mimikyu, and then my opponent literally can't attack me, right? We see the Sparkling Crystal and the Psychic Energy. I'm surprised they didn't just do the other Dreepy, but I mean, this still works, right? Arven. What are you grabbing with Arven? What are you grabbing with the Arven? Arven. The annoying thing about Dragapult is Flygon needs to attack it 3 times to KO it. So it gives them plenty of time to look for a boss orders. So another card I would think about putting in this deck is Professor Turo. So you can like pick up Iron Thorns after it's taken a butt ton of damage from like this Dragapult. Because now I can't put it back in the active to stop Pidgeot from happening, right? Yep. Oh, they tried to attack all 3, huh? That's weird. You're weird for that. Alright. Grab another Ultra Ball. So this turn I can actually start doing Flygon stuff. So I'm going to attach the Future Booster Energy. I almost wonder if it's worth it to pull up Pidgey right now and just KO that. I kind of want to, but that means I won't have my rescue board. Yeah, I'll just Ultra Ball. You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do it. I think it's worth it. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, Flygon. Evolve Flygon. Retreat into Flygon. Boss. Pull up Pidgey. Reversing Storm to KO the Pidgey. And then I'll bring in Mimikyu. Now this stops my opponent from being able to have search options for boss's orders, is the idea here. And Ogerpon is useless in this matchup because Dragapult can just kill Ogerpon so easily. But I'd love to have Professor Turo so that I could pick up my Iron Thorns and then put it back down, right? Or Penny. I guess Penny would be better because Professor Turo destroys all the stuff and we only have the one Future booster. Night Stretcher, probably grab the Pidgey again, right? Yeah, you're so... you need the Pidgey to be able to look for things that you need so badly. The Dreepy becoming active isn't awesome because they're going to be able to attack my Mimikyu here, so I either need a rescue board or an energy. So maybe the play for going after the Pidgey wasn't the best. Unfair... I can unfair stamp next turn. Not this turn, so Mimikyu's going to get knocked out, but hopefully I can just find a way to get another Mimikyu pretty easily, is the goal here. And they have to either stay a Dreepy or evolve into Dracloak. So next turn Flygon's going to KO this, which is nice. They're an Arven. They're going for the Pidgeot here. Going for the Pidgeot, but they can't bosses. They could counter catcher. I think the Pidgey play probably wasn't the right play. I probably should have just attacked Dragapult. Because then I'd have the rescue board right now, so I could flop in and out. I was just hoping for a really good top deck, but I should have known this game hates me. Nest Ball. Okay. Do we see like a Duskull? Duskull would be annoying too. But we'll be able to unfair stamp this turn. Which, they just played Pidgey this turn, so they won't be able to evolve it. So even if they have stuff in their hand for evolution, they won't be able to do so. Which I guess we'll take. Just gotta find something to promote next turn. Gonna get a prize card. I can bring in Flygon. Get a Bidoof. So that's kind of nice. And then I can unfair stamp. Put my opponent down to 2. Ooh. Tag was... I got options here. I don't really need to attach a fighting energy right now. I'm going to actually Lost Vacuum away this fighting energy to hit the Dragapult's Sparkling Crystal so that they have to find an energy now for Dragapult to even do its big attack if I don't find something worth putting there, and then I can Judge. Which actually helps my opponent probably, but I kind of want cards over here, so unfortunately I get kind of cucked by it. So yeah, that's kind of really bad. I'm gonna play the Ogre. My idea here is I KO the Dreepy, and I bring in Ogerpon, because Dragapult shouldn't be able to KO it unless they get like a Defiance Band, or if they get like Dusclops, right? But I think Dusclops you want to hit the Iron Thorns, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. We're in a weird spot because we don't have our Mimikyu anymore. I mean, there is another Mimikyu in the deck, and I have a Night Stretcher and a Super Rod, but we just unfortunately don't have any of those currently. Nest Ball. Yeah, the Judge. Yeah, I think the Judge was just a waste of my time, unfortunately. I was hoping it would get me a Mimikyu or a way to get back my other Mimikyu, but it didn't do that. And Pheasant's able to do the Pheasant things. Not that Mimikyu would have stopped that. Klefki would have. Well, my opponent really needs energy here. I assume they have the Fire Energy or a Crispin. I assume, but, you know, could always not be that case. gonna see a Rare Candy into Pidgeot. So they're gonna be able to find it. But again, they need Defiance Band to KO Ogerpon. But they really have to, like, if they wanted to be effective with Dragapult, they have to deal with this Rabsca at some point. So I wonder if they, like, try to boss orders that up. Because right now, Dragapult can actually KO it, right? With Jet Headbutt. We're gonna see the boss orders. Do they grab the Rabsca or do they get greedy? They do grab the Rabsca. Fair enough, fair enough. So now Dragapult's gonna be able to attack the bench. Pidgeot's gonna quick search. So Dragapult will KO the Rabsca. They'll take one prize. Next turn, ideally, I have a Mimikyu. I could put Mimikyu in the active. And then they'll be able to take out Iron Thorns and take 2 more prizes. Oh, Dusclops. Damn it. Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, the Judge... I shouldn't have played the Judge. Well, not all is lost, right? We're now tied with prizes. We'll be tied this turn, and then next turn, or, sorry. Not next turn, but at the end of their turn, they'll be 1 ahead, so I can actually Defiance Band my Flygon. Which doesn't really do anything against Dragapult, because it's still a 3-hit KO on Dragapult. See the Duskull. Huh. Jet Headbutt's gonna kill Rabsca, of course. Bring in Flygon. So, anyway, I bring in Flygon. Nest Ball. Oh. Nest Ball can give me a Mimikyu. Where are you, Mimikyu? I kind of need to evolve my Bibarel. My Bibarel. The unfortunate thing is, I think Trapinch and Fly... I can't really get down another Trapinch without Rellor on the bench. And I can't really power up another Rellor with Dragapult being around. So, I'm going to Arvin. Do I have Unfair Stamp still? No. Of course not. Grab a Rescue Board. How many Rare Candies have they played, actually? 2. They probably have 2 more. Most Dragapults are going to be running a lot of stuff. So I'm going to grab Rescue Board and then Ultra Ball. Come here. We'll attach the Defiance Band to Flygon. Not that it matters. But then we can Rescue Board Mimikyu. Then we can Ultra Ball, dropping Trapinch and Flygon for Bibarel. Evolve. So it can't snipe Bidoof off the bench. They have to pull up Bibarel and actually attack it. Then I can Industrious. Have I used my Switch yet? No. So what I could actually do... I want to Ultra Ball. Get rid of Bidoof. I don't need Rare Candy anymore because I've given up on that option. I can grab Iron Thorns. Play Iron Thorns. Is that worth it? Probably not. I'm scrambling right now, guys. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to hit him with the Reversing Storm. I'm going to bring in the Iron Thorns because I'm trying to stop Pidgeot, right? But they have so many cards in their hand, I don't know that it's actually going to do anything. So that's the thing. It was either a toss-up. You either put in Mimikyu to stop the big attack, or you bring in Iron Thorns to try and stop Pidgeot from finding things that are going to be useful. Yeah, he gets the energy. Does he have the... Defiance Band won't work here, but does he have like a Dusclops? I mean, it's a matter of time at this point, right? They're down to 2 prizes already. I was thinking about using Arven next turn to get the switch, but I might gamble an Iono. I think I lost anyway, because I probably should have put up the Mimikyu. Because now they just KO my Iron Thorns this next turn. I don't have a way to pick them up. It might really be worth it to put a penny in here. Yeah. So I knew they were going to drop damage on the Mimikyu. I didn't look at their prize cards to know that they only had 2 left. Like, I knew that, but I wasn't thinking about it when I made my play. So, yep. And they're going to set up the Ogerpon for a KO. That's the thing. Dragon Ball kind of just dunks on Flygon, unfortunately, because it gets to attack the bench. And now that Rellor is gone. Did I Industrious last turn? I don't think I did. Or maybe I did. But yeah, I set myself up to lose because of Iron Thorns, right? But no matter, like, this Pidgeot's going to be able to grab boss's orders, so. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think there's no way out of this. Dragapult, just too strong. I did get the switch that I needed, but again, it doesn't matter, right? I did just have a thought, though. I just had a wonderful, awful idea. Hold on. We might be able to do this still. What do I need to do? I need a big Industrious. I didn't think about it quick enough. Okay, I got the Devolution. But I don't have a way to get an energy. So it's attaching the Defiance Band actually screwed me over. Daygummit. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we have a way out of this. As much as I would love to say we do, we don't, so. Yeah, this is worthless at this point, because he just does the thing. But if I had the space for Technical Machine Devolution, I could devolve the Dragapult. It would die because it doesn't have enough HP, and then there'd also be sitting a Pidgey over there, right? Yeah, we'll just end it here. Do the attack. So close, and yet so far. No, wait, that KO'd? I didn't think that KO'd. Okay. I don't know how to do math. That's wild. But they can just grab a Dusclops and win now, right? Or Duskmar. Or Dusk, whatever the one is. Dusclops. My math wasn't mathing in my head. I thought it'd only do 280. But I guess 160 plus 160 is 320, right? 280 would be if I didn't have Defiance Band. No. 260. Put down a Dreepy. They're gonna Iono. Okay. Gonna make electric energy. So weird. I just have to think now how I'm going to get out of this. Radiant Kazam, you can't do anything with because Iron Thorns. Like, Iron Thorns being inactive is actually really good, but at the same time, it's bad because we can't retreat it. Because we use our... Yeah, we use our Switch. We use our Switch. Right? Yeah, there it is. That's why I want another Switch in here. Because if you use our... Wait. We use our Switch and our... Yes. So I need, like, either 2 Switches or 2 of these, right? But they also can't do anything. And I can just, like, slowly build up this Iron Thorns to attack this Pidgeot. Which KOs it. So I just need my... Well, no, it won't KO because of the reduction of double turbo, right? Things we can do here. Not a whole ton. But I can end my turn. My opponent's just stalling at this point, essentially, because they can't draw with the Pidgeot. And they can't move damage counters around with the Alakazam. They can Recon Directive. That is something they can do. So they get like a Crispin off the Recon Directive and are able to power up the Dracloak to attack, or even like Dusclops. They could get Dusclops. So they have a much better way of winning than I do. But we are going to start putting on pressure next turn, so that is a thing. Let's see, did they get a card that's going to save them here? They're going to retreat the Pidgeot, though. For whom? You can't put in Duskull or Draclo, because I just KO both of them. It's going to be the Pheasant. So you need to go for Dusclops right now to win. If you're putting Pheasant in. A Fire Energy onto the Dracloak. Okay. Electric Energy. The thing is, if I do the double turbo, I can't attack, right? Because if I attack, it's going to push an energy off of the Iron Thorns. Here's what I do. I'm going to put the double turbo down so that I can attack if I get like a boss's orders to pull up on these old babies. But if not, I want to be able to attach an energy next turn to retreat into Flygon, because Flygon can win a KO Pheasantipity because it's weak to fighting. So that's what we're going to do. It all rides on their top deck and the Recon Directive from the Dracloak. Buddy-Buddy. Not going to help them. Other than thin out their deck of a Dreepy. Here comes the Recon. Okay, Recon has to come up big for him. A Crispin or a Dusclops, or like a way to get a Dusclops saves them here. If not, I win. I win. Woo, boys! I didn't think we'd do it, but we did it. So now we attach to Iron Thorns. We retreat our Iron Thorns for Flygon. Flygon does 260 damage with the Reversing Storm because of weakness to win the game. I thought we were so done. I thought we had lost so long ago, and because I'm bad at math, we ended up, well, not because I was bad at math. I didn't know we weren't losing because I was bad at math. But We do end up pulling out that win. Let's actually check quick. How long have we been recording for? 46. We've done 2 battles only. So yeah, let's do one more, guys. We gotta do one more. Right? That was a lot of points on that one. Holy crap. All right, yeah. Let's get one more battle in. Hopefully it doesn't go as long as that one did. But it is kind of a stall deck, so... it's a control deck, so it kind of moves slower. So I'm going to stop yapping. We got to get in that match. We always choose tails. We always lose. We get to choose all 3 coin flips tonight. See if it pays off. We win the coin flip. So we're going to go first again. And let's see what we're up against. We're going to start with Klefki Mimikyu. So let's go Clef. You know what? Let's put all the babies down. Why not? We got all the babies here. These are all Pokemon that work pretty well against every deck. I mean, Mimikyu is the only one, I guess, that could not work against deck, but it's so rare that people aren't running EXs. And there we go. Raging Bolt. So Klefki will stop... wow, what a turn. Klefki will stop, like, Squawkabilly from getting any play or any utility here, which is nice. We put down another Raging Bolt. Ogerpon. Ogerpon can't use its ability. But Mimikyu also just straight up walls this deck unless they are running like the Sandy Shocks or the baby Raging Bolt, right? I see the energy attached to the Raging Bolt because they're just going to Burst Roar here. The nice thing is they're going to Burst Roar and then I'm going to Judge them. So they don't have 6 cards anymore. Because you discard your hand, draw 6 with Burst Roar, for those of you who don't know. And then I can Judge them back down to 4 next turn. I'm going to judge you, boy. Night Stretcher doesn't help because nothing's discarded. Unfair Stamp. We're not getting discarded. There goes 2 Switch cards and a Boss's Orders. That's really nice. Getting rid of Boss's Orders. Because then they have less chance of pulling things out that they need. But we just straight go for a Judge here. I do get the Fighting Energy, a Rescue Board, and a Switch. So 1 piece closer to being able to start attacking. I think I'm just going to play the Switch and bring in the Mimikyu. Because yes, they'll allow Ogerpons to start using their abilities again, but like this deck can't attack me right now, right? They have to look for their whatever baby mon they have. And if they're using their turn to Boss's Orders, then they're not using their turn to Professor Sada, which they need to be able to attack. Here's the Pokestop. Going to get rid of a Professor Sada's energy retrieval, so they can get back that grass energy that also got destroyed by the Pokestop. Heck, I might start Pokestopping, you know what I'm saying? Look for that Rare Candy and the Ultra Balls. Energy retrieval, get back that grass energy, because now they can Teal Dance. Another Ogerpon. Pokemon Catcher. Okay, there you got the stupid card in there. Tails. You suck. You suck. You're gonna pull my Trapinch, I assume? Yeah. Yeah, but do you have the cards to attack it here? I'm gonna Teal Dance. So you need an energy attach and a Professor Sada's, but you also need to get an energy in the discard pile for Professor Sada's to work, right? There's the energy attach. You only have 1 card. Yeah, you Burst Roar. And now I'm gonna Judge you again. Boss Orders. I hate. I don't want to use my Rescue Board, right? I'm just gonna retreat. Hate to see it. I'm gonna put Rescue Board on Mimikyu. And then I will Judge. Judge, they have too many cards in their hand. Make them shuffle it, please. Earthen Vessel, Rellor, Rabsca, and Vibrava. So I can evolve to Vibrava at least. We're not going to need Rellor and Rabsca. So I'm going to Earthen Vessel, get rid of Rabsca. Pull 2 fighting energies here. So I can attach to the Vibrava. Yeah, and then I'm kind of free to just end my turn. I would love to get a Bibarel sometime here so I can start getting some draw going, because I have 2 cards in my hand. But yeah, I can just keep bringing in Mimikyu to wall the Raging Bolt, so... You're gonna miss a supporter again with the Poke here. Feels bad, man. I mean, what do you do here? You get the Earthen Vessel, so you can at least get your Raging Bolt attacking. They're gonna discard a Raging Bolt, because they don't want to fill up that last spot for whenever they do end up finding their Babymon. Gonna grab a Grass and or Lightning, so they can do a Teal Dance, searching for the baby. Gotta find the baby. I'm interested to see which baby they have, because a lot of decks do run the Sandy Shocks. But I think that Baby Bolt isn't bad either, right? I just haven't seen it yet. Okay, they're gonna attack, or attach with Rage. Ah, the Iron Bundle. Got it. I mean, I'll just bring up Klefki. That's fine if Klefki faints. Because now, I don't think you have any other Teal Dance. I assume you Teal Danced as much as you could before putting down the Iron Bundle. But if they didn't, they couldn't Teal Dance anymore, right? And it does only take a single energy to knock out a Klefki, but I'll allow it. Here comes the Bellowing Thunder. Just gonna KO poor Klefki. Oh yeah, Klefki did its job. It stunted them right at the beginning. Now Mimikyu can kind of just hang out and do its thing, right? Iron Thorns. No. Gosh. Do I Pokestop? I'm gonna Pokestop, man. Watch it be both my Flygons. All 3 of my Flygon. You son of a bitch. I mean, I do get the Ultra Ball, so I can still get a Flygon. Drop the Rellor. Iron Thorns. Not really going to be useful here. Like, it's, again, it stops the Teal Masks, but I'm not really worried about the Teal Masks. And I could have grabbed a Bibarel there, but I kind of want to get Flygon to start actually pressuring them. So now next turn I KO this Raging Bolt. And here's something I could do too, right? If they, like, pull up my Flygon and KO it, bring in the Mimikyu again. They could KO my Bidoof. Okay, Prime Catcher's annoying. They're going to pull up Flygon. But they have to get this Raging Bolt out of the act, because this Raging Bolt's the one that's powered up to attack. Unless they somehow have a way to power up this one really fast. Like, you need 2 energies on there. And they only have a Grass energy in the discard, so they can't saw it. Did they pull a Switch card too? Did I see that? Hold on. What did they get off that? I got a Night Stretcher, a Nest Ball, and a Prime Catcher. Oh, they're going to pull up the Iron Bundle. I see. I don't see. I mean, you can have Bidoof, I guess. You can have Bidoof, I guess. If you really want to just KO my poor little baby. My poor child. That was a weird play. I don't know why they did that. Professor saw this. Is only going to get him a Grass energy. I guess it gets you more cards, too. That's fair. But again, you won't be able to get the other Raging Bolt up. And you played Sawdust, so you can't boss up my Flygon either. Because I guess now they could KO the Flygon, so it'd be Pokemon Catcher. Would be the only thing. I guess, no, you could Prime Catcher into your Teal Mask and then retreat it. Oh, then you don't have the energy there. Unless you have an energy in your hand to manually attach for the turn. So there is a way to KO my Flygon here. It's just if they want to go for it, right? Radiant Ninja. Okay. And Bellowing Thunder. Okay. This is fine, then. We're kind of in a really good spot, then. Yeah, like, you definitely could have just KO'd my Flygon there, because you have enough energy on the board to do so. But now I just KO your Raging Bull. Boss orders. I mean, freaking spin it at this point, man. We're working with a whole lot of nothing. We got to get something. That's not the something I wanted. And I keep killing my Flygons. I hate that for me. I need a Super Rod here so I can get them Flygons back. But I'm going to go for the Reversing Storm. I get 2 prize cards. Hey, there's a Bibarel finally. I can Ultra Ball for a Bidoof next turn. Unless something better comes up. But we haven't seen any water energy, so I don't think they have a way to like power up Radiant Greninja to be able to attack Mimikyu. So I wonder if they have a way to do it at all. So if they don't, they might not if they just played another Raging Bolt there. Because, like, if they knock out my Flygon, maybe I just don't put down any more Pokemon, because then they can't take prize cards. See the Bravery Charm. Whatever, I don't care. Ultra Ball. What are you Ultra Balling for here? And why would you put down your Raging Bolt if you're going to be grabbing something that could attack Mimikyu? Pheasantipity. Slitherwing, they do... Okay, Slitherwing is the other one, obviously. I mean, they have to... Okay, they do get a Professor Saw this, so they can, like, get an energy on the Raging Bolt, but the Raging Bolt can't attack. Professor Saw this. They put it on the Raging Bolt in the back. So weird. It's like, I don't know why they filled their bench up if they were just going to get the Slitherwing anyway. So the thing I'm thinking about right now is how I'm going to work around being able to attack the Slitherwing. Okay, there you go. They still had the Prime Catcher. That's good. Good on ya, dude. Now they just... But here's the thing, right? Sure, KO my Flygon. How do you get your Slitherwing in now? You had to let my Flygon KO one of your Pokemon first. And you have so much less cards than me. Like, I can literally just stall you. And if that's what ends up happening, I will fast forward. I won't make you guys sit here through the whole thing. I don't have to play cards. In fact, I can do something like this. Just to mess with you for a little bit. Come here. I mean, yeah, I don't have to do anything. So, let the speed up commence, I guess. And there it is, folks. They were like, they were also trying to stall for, like, they were just insta ending their turn too. But I had like 5 more minutes than them and like double the cards in their deck. So I don't know where they thought they were going with that. But yeah, cool. We got the concede we wanted. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us today. Again, if you enjoyed this deck, it is obviously a little bit of a troll deck, but it's really effective. So obviously we had that one game that wasn't great, but otherwise pretty effective deck. So if you want to try it out for yourself, the deck list is in the description below. There are other variants you can try out. There's things like you could put Melodic EX in here, or you could put in Gastrodon, like we talked about in the deck review. I like the Rabsca. It didn't work out it kind of did, right? We did end up winning that game, so I guess you could try it out, see what do you think of it. I don't know. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Like and subscribe if you have not already. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, everybody.